Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, that is Ace-Educate. In our previous video, we have discussed the first 25 questions of Karnataka Set 2024 English Literature paper. Today in this second part, we will continue with the remaining questions and analyze them in detail. If you have not watched the first part, do check it out for our complete understanding. Also, we have earlier discussed the Karnataka Set 2023 English Literature question paper truly on this channel. So make sure to watch those videos as well to better for your exam preparation and trend analysis. Let's begin with the today's discussion. So we have question number 26. Yes. Bifurcating a topic into units and subunit is known as. The correct answer for this question is analysis. In the context of pedagogy and curriculum design, analysis is the process of breaking down a larger topic or subject into smaller or manageable components, such as units and subunits. This helps us in understanding and organizing the content for teaching and learning process. So units of teaching means these are the results of analysis and not process itself. Effective teaching is a broad term for successful instruction, of which analysis is a preparatory part. And critical analysis involves evaluating and interpreting the topic, which is different cognitive process from simply breaking down it. Okay, so that's why analysis is the correct answer for 26th question. Next, we have the question number 27. The term method is best replaced by what? The correct answer for this question is pedagogy. Okay. So, in modern language teaching, the term method is often seen as too rigid. That's why pedagogy is a broader and more fixable term that encompasses the theory and practice as well. Of teaching and learning process, including the dynamic relationship between teachers, students, and learning content. So, dynamic interplay, this describes the characteristics of a good pedagogy, but it is not a replacement term of method. Acquisition, this refers to process of learning a language, not a method of teaching it. Theory, pedagogy includes theory, but it also includes practice. So, pedagogy is the correct answer, which can be replaced with the method. So next we have question number 28. Identify the sentence with a dangling participle. The correct answer is flying over the city, the lights below were mesmerizing. A dangling participle is a participle that does not logically modify any word in the sentence. In this case, flying over the city should modify the person who is flying, but the person is not mentioned in the sentence. It sounds as if the lights were flying over the city. That's why this is the correct answer. After being washed, Sarah hung the clothes on the line. Washed correctly modifies the clothes. Implied, right? A better construction would be after washing the clothes. So this can be the correct option if we are talking about the dangling participle. With a loud crash, the door was slammed shut. The phrase with a loud crash correctly modifies the action of the door. That's why it's not a dangling participle. I heard the loud thunder while watching the storm. Watching the storm correctly modifies I. That's why this is not also dangling participle. So next we have question number 29. Which of the following term refers to words or phrases used to link ideas and create coherence in discourse? So the correct answer for this is discourse makers. So discourse makers are words or phrases that signal the relationship between different parts of discourse. They help to structure the conversation and guide the listener's interpretation. While discourse connectors is a similar term, discourse makers is a broader and more widely used term in linguistics. So why others options are incorrect? Because speech acts, these are the utterance that perform an action. Discourse connectors, these are a narrower term which is often used interchangeably with the discourse makers, but the latter is more common. Anaphora, this is the use of word to refer back to previously mentioned word or phrase. That's why discourse makers are the correct answer for this question. Next we have question number 30. What is literary device used in his ambition knows no bounds, emphasizing limitless ambition? So this the correct answer is hyperbole. Hyperbole is the use of exaggeration of emphasis or effect. To say that ambition knows no bounds is an exaggeration, as all ambition has limits. This statement is not meant to be taken literally but to emphasize the great extent of the person's ambition. Now, note that the question incorrectly spells hyperbole as hyperbola. So, you have to be very careful while choosing the options. So, irony. Irony means this involves a contrast between what is said and what is meant. Leotes, litotes, this is an understatement in which affirmative is expressed by negative or its contrary. For example, not good, not bad means good. Allusion, this is an indirect reference to another work or literature or person or an event. That's why when it comes to exaggeration, hyperbole is a correct answer for that. Next we have the question number 31. What was the language policy of Indian National Congress during colonial period? The correct answer for this question is D. The Indian National Congress supported the use of multiple national languages, including English, during the colonial period. The Indian National Congress, from its inception, recognized the importance of both language, English and various Indian languages. While there was a strong push for the development and use of Indian language, English was also seen as a necessary tool for communication and administration, especially in the context of the anti-colonial struggle. So A, B, C, these options are too absolute. The Indian National Congress policy was more nuanced and inclusive than those options is suggested. Next we have question number 32. What was the primary motivation behind the British government's promotion of English in India during the colonial period? So the correct answer is to promote modernization and westernization of India. The British promoted English in India to create a class of Indians who were Indian blood and color but English in taste, in opinions, in morals and in intellect. As Thomas Babington Macaulay famously put in his Minute of Indian Education 1835, the goal was create to colonial administration that would be loyal to British and help to spread Western culture and values throughout the India. E and D. The British were not interested in promoting or preventing Indian languages and cultures for their own sake, but they only in how they related to British colonial interest. And B. While facilitating communication was a secondary benefit, the primary goal was to create a loyal administrative class. That's why B is the correct option for this question. Next we have question number 33. When did the East India Company establish trading post in India? The correct answer is early 17th century. The English East India Company was founded in 1600 and it established its first trading post in Surat in 1613. The company gradually expanded its presence in India throughout the 17th century. So all the other options, these are too late. That's why early 17th century is correct answer for that question. What was the primary language? Next we have question number 34. What was the primary language of administration, education and law during the colonial period in India? So the correct answer is English. Following Macaulay's Minute on Indian Education in 1835, English became the official language of government, law, and higher education in British India. So Hindi, Sanskrit, Tamil, while these all were major Indian languages, none of them had the same official status as English had during the colonial period. So next we have question number 35. What is the view of many Indians about the importance of studying English in India? The correct answer is it is viewed as a tool for social and economical advancement. In contemporary India, proficiency in English is widely seen as essential for accessing higher education, better job opportunities, and upward social mobility. While A and B are wrong answers, why? Because some people may hold their views. The dominant view is that English is important for practical reasons. And D, the study of English is not generally seen as a way to promote regional languages, through there are movements to promote education in mother tongues. Okay. So next we have question number 36. When did the Constituent Assembly of India begin its work on the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is 1946. The Constituent Assembly of India was elected to write the Constitution of India. It held its first meeting on 9th December 1946. So 1945, the decision to form the Constituent Assembly was made in 1945, but it did not begin its work in the following year. 1947, India gained independence in 1947, but the Constituent Assembly had already been at work for several months. The Constitution was adopted in 1949, and the same came into force in 1950. So these years you should remember. So next we have question number 37. What was the goal of Official Language Act 1963? So the correct answer is C. To recognize multiple official languages in India. The Official Languages Act 1963 was passed to provide for the continued use of English for the official purpose alongside Hindi. It also recognized the importance of other Indian languages and provided for their use in a certain context. So A and B, the Act did not seek to eliminate English or make Hindi the sole official language. In fact, it was passed to address the concerns in non-Hindi speaking states about the imposition of Hindi. D. The Act did not promote English as an official language, but rather than allowed for its continued use. Next, we have question number 38. Which British administrator passed a resolution for the promotion of European literature and science among the natives of India? So the correct answer for this question is Lord Bentinck. In 1935, Governor General Lord William Bentinck enacted the English Education Act, which was based on the recommendations of Thomas Babington Macaulay. This act made English the medium as the instruction in higher education in India and promoted the study of Western science and literature. Lord Warren Hastings, Lord Cornwallis, and Lord Hardinge, these were important figures in history of British India, but Bentinck was the one who passed the specific resolution. So next we have question number 39. Who are the co-editors of Shuntifying English, the Phenomena of Hinglish? So the correct answer is Rita Kothari and Rupert Snail. Shuntifying English, the Phenomena of Hinglish is 2011 book edited by Rita Kothari and Rupert Snail. The book explores the mixing of English and Hindi in contemporary India. The question is flawed as it asks for single answers but provide two correct options, assuming there may be primary editor or this is a multiple correct question. Both are valid. For the purpose of single choice answer, let's consider the first listed editor in most citation. So Yamuna Kachuru a linguistic known for work on Hindi and Indian languages, but not as a co-editor of this book. Alistair Pennycook, a linguistic known for his work for critical applied linguistics, but not a co-editor of this book. Now, now next we have question number 40. The Sadler Commission report 1917-1919 was a critical of quality of students graduating from the university and had very persuasive remarks on English and the use of mother tongue in Indian education. What was the commission appointed for? So the correct answer for this is to study the problems of Calcutta University. The Sadler Commission, also known as Calcutta University Commission, was appointed in 1917 to investigate the problems of Calcutta University. Its reports, published in 1919, made wide-ranging recommendations for the reform of secondary and higher education in India. So ACD answer, these were not a primary focus of Sadler Commission. That's why these are wrong. Next we have question number 41. According to Gayatri Chakravarti, Spivak or sublaton is the correct answer is all of the above. In her influential essay, Can the Sublaton Speak? Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak uses the term sublaton refer to those who are marginalized and opposed by multiple systems of power, including colonialism, class, and gender. The term is not limited to any one group, but it often refers to women, post-colonial societies. Note that the question misspells stublaton, okay, or bulb-laton. So you have to be very careful. You have to check the spellings also while answering the question. Next we have question number 42. Chinua Achebe attacks for its racism. So the correct answer is Heart of Darkness. In his 1975 lecture, An Image of Africa, Racism in Conrad's Heart of Darkness, Chinua Achebe famously criticized the Joseph Conrad's novel as a racist work that dehumanizes Africans. Adventure of Huckleberry Finn. While this novel has been criticized for use of racial slurs, it is not a primary target of Achebe's critique. Frankenstein. This novel explores the themes of creation and but not race in same way as Heart of Darkness. The Nigger of Narcissus. Another novel by Conrad that had been criticized for racist title, but Heart of Darkness is the correct or focused of Achebe's most famous essay. So next we have question number 43. Which of these books were written by Ronald Barthes? So the correct answer is Mythologies. Mythologies is a 1957 book by French literary theorist philosopher Ronald Barthes. The book is a collection of essays that analyze the myths of contemporary popular culture, from wrestling to soap powder. So the Mythbuster, a popular science television show, a modern myth, the Myth Factor, these are not titles of books by Barthes. So next we have question number 44. Who coined the phrase the two nations to describe the disparity in Britain between rich and poor? The correct answer is Benjamin Disraeli. The phrase that two nations was popularized by Benjamin Disraeli in 1845 novel Sibyl or the Two Nations. The novel explores the vast social economic gulf between the rich and poor Victorian England. So Charles Dickens, Thomas Carlyle, Frederick Ingalls, these were all writers who commented on the social problems of their time, but they were not coined this two nations phrase. So next we have question number 45. What was the book that put Judith Butler on the map 1990? The correct is Gender Trouble. Judith Butler's 1990 book, Gender Trouble, Feminism, and Subversion of Identity, is a foundational text of a queer theory and gender studies. In it, Butler argues that gender is not fixed essence but performance that is constituted through the repeated acts. Bodies that matter and Undoing Gender, these are also important books by Butler, but Gender Trouble is most famous and influential work. 50 Shades of Grey, a 2011 erotic novels by E.L. James. So next we have question number 46. Bowdy's concept of cultural capital refers to, the correct answer is the idea that schools are not neutral and socialist. Success requires certain cultural understanding. So the French socialist Pierre Bourdieu introduced the concept of cultural capital to refer to the collection of cultural skills, knowledge, and dispositions that are valued in a given society. He argued that the education system is not a neutral, but rather than rewards those who possess the cultural capital of dominant class. So B, C, D are irrelevant to this cultural capital. That's why they are wrong. Next, we have question number 47. What was Gramsci's term for cultural consequences supporting the capitalism? So hegemony. Hegemony was the term which supports this cultural consensus. The Italian Marxist philosopher Antonio Gramsci used the term hegemony to describe the way in which the ruling class maintains its power not just through force but also through the dissemination of its values, beliefs throughout the society, so that they become the common sense of this age. So, ideological state apparatus, a term used by French Marxist philosopher Louis Althusser to refer the institutions such as schools and media that reproduce the ideology of ruling class. Discourse, a term used by French philosopher Michel Foucault to refer the system of thought that shapes our understanding of the world. And universalism, this is a belief of universal principles or values. Next, we have question number 48. What is archetype? Archetype. What is archetype? The correct answer is an ideal or more model after which others are patterned. So the archetype is universally understood symbol, term, or pattern of behavior, a prototype upon which others are copied, or pattern or emulated. Archetypes are often used in mythologies, literature, and art. Concept was famously developed by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, who believed that archetypes are the part of collective unconscious. So the character from the comic book Asterix and Gaul. This is example of specific character, not a general archetype. So next we have question number 49. Stuart Hall was inspired by the text written by Antonio Gramsci. What was it called? The correct answer is the Prison Notebooks. Stuart Hall, a key figure in the development of cultural studies, was heavily influenced by the work of Antonio, particularly his prison notebooks. Gramsci wrote these notebooks while imprisoned by fascist regime in Italy, and they contain his most important theoretical reflections on culture, politics, and power. The questions incorrectly list the title as Prison's Diaries. So, the Marxism Diaries are not a real title. The Motorcycle Diaries, a memoir by Marxist revolutionary Che Guevara. The Princess Diaries is a series of young adult novels by Meg Cobot. So next we have the last question, which is 51. Who wrote a book exploring the concept of culture from 1780 to 1950? So Raymond Williams is the correct answer for this. The Welsh Marxist cultural theorist Raymond Williams explored the history of the concept of culture in 1988 book Culture and Society 1780 to 1950. The Walter Benjamin, a German Jewish philosopher and cultural critic. Sheldon Cooper, a fictional character from television show The Big Bang Theory. Edward Said, the Palestine American literary theorist and public intellectual famous for his book Orientalism. So this was our analysis for remaining questions from the KSET 2024 English question paper. The next 50 questions we will be doing in next video. We hope this discussion helps you to understand the questions being asked and the important areas you need to focus. Don't forget to watch the part 1 on this video where we discuss the first 25 questions as well as our detailed analysis on 23 question paper. The resources will definitely gives you a clear idea about recurring topics and preparation strategies. If you found this video useful, do like, share, subscribe to our channel for more exam focused analysis and study materials. Thank you for watching and all the best for your preparation. See you soon. And if you want a PDF, you can drop a comment so that we can provide the PDF of this lesson or this session.